Hello phonics friends, it's that time again to make phonics fun with me, Mrs. DOG. So take your hats out, put them on, turn them on, and let's get started. Off we go. Phonics, phonics all around, phonics all around. Phonics, phonics all around, phonics all around. You didn't lose your phonics hats over the weekends, did you? Did you keep them safe, children? Did you give them a wash? Sometimes they might get a little bit dirty, so give them a little wash. Okay, let's get started. Now, children, do you remember how do we start our lessons? Tell your adult. Yes, we do. We need to remember the phonemes that we have been learning. And if you remember them, it will help you to do your reading when you look at your storybooks. Have you been remembering those phonemes when you've been looking at your storybooks? That's how we learn to read. Okay, so this week I thought we could start our lesson slightly different. I have got a nice phoneme game on ICT Games, my favourite, love that website, and it's called Phonics Pop, and the next video will show you how to play the game. So for this week we are going to be looking at a phoneme game, a sound game, and it is on ICT Games. So you need to go and type that into Google and then click on the first link. Then when you go there, you need to click on English Games, the orange box, and then scroll down and you will see a game. There's loads of fabulous games on this. You can even have a look at some of the other games, but today's game is called Phonics Pop. The children in my class love this game. It can keep them entertained for hours. So definitely try this game. So Phonics Pop, what they will need to do, there will be a sound that comes up on the screen. They will need to look at the bubbles that have the different sounds, and then they will need to pop the correct sound that is on the screen. So you can see here it's got all the phase 2 sounds, so we can recap the ones that we've been learning. If your child knows them, you can move on to some of the sounds that they are not sure about, and you can challenge them that way. So we can do, let's have a go at doing set 2. And it will tell you the sound that it wants you to pop. So this one is so you need to pop only the ones that are so it's good for letter recognition, this game, and making sure they pop only the correct sound. Now, after a little while, you will see they will ask you to do a different sound. Let's just keep going with this and the next one is now. So off we go. We need to do the next one. And that is how the game works. And it's a fantastic game for letter recognition. So off you go, little friends. Go and find these letters. Wasn't that a fun game to pop all of the phonemes that you are remembering? Love that game. Okay, shall we wake up my little friend and start our phonics lesson? Off we go. Wake up, Mr. Wizard. Wake up, Mr. Wizard. What are we learning today? What are we learning today? Wake up, Mr. Wizard. Wake up, Mr. Wizard. What are we learning today? What are we learning today? Hi, Mr. Wizard. He says, yes, I know you love this time of the week, don't you? Yes. I know, so am I. He just said he is so excited that we are now learning so many different phonemes that you are all, children, starting to learn to read. Isn't that exciting? He said even just spotting the phonemes in your reading book, that is still learning to read. Yes. Yes, and he said soon you will be able to be putting those phonemes together to read words. He's so excited to be part of your reading journey, and so am I. And soon, Mr. Wizard, they will be reading their very own storybooks. Oh yes, I'm sure, he said. Parents, you're going to like that, aren't you? One day your child will be able to read a storybook to you. Isn't that fun? And we're part of their journey. We like that. Okay, let's stop talking, shall we? And let's get learning. Here we go. Let's get your bag, Mr. Wizard. Off we go. What's in the bag? What's in the bag? Come and have a look and see. What's in the bag? What's in the bag? What's in the bag? Come and have a look and see. What's in Mr. Wizard's bag? What's in there today, Mr. Wizard? Okay. Ooh, lovely. This one today. I wonder if any of the children have got that phoneme in their name. That might be interesting. Do you think you have that phoneme in your name? Can you tell Mr. Wizard? Can you tell me? Okay, shall I tell the Mr. Wizard? All right, you go and sit over there and you can watch the rest of our phonics. Here we go. This phoneme is G. G. And the action, like I'm doing here, is as if the water is going down the drain. And usually when the water's going down the drain, it makes a funny gurgling noise like that. And so we say G, G, G. I know it's a bit of a funny one because you're thinking drain, gurgling, odd one, but that's just how it goes. But the action is G, G, G. And the next bit is our song.
G, G, gurgle.
The water gurgles down the drain. The water gurgles down the drain. The water gurgles down the drain with a gurg, 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 gurg.
Okay, let's talk gross motor. Now remember, you need those strong shoulder muscles, those strong elbow muscles, those strong wrist muscles, those strong finger muscles to help you do writing. Now this week, children, I have found a very exciting gross motor activity that I'm sure will keep you entertained for hours. Parents, thank me later. It's called the wheelbarrow walk, and I found this one on the YouTube channel, the Inspired Treehouse. And in the next video, it will show you how to do the wheelbarrow walk. But parents, I'm sure you did this when you were very small, so it's lots and lots of fun. But at the same time, it is building those gross motor skills. For our fine motor activity this week, I have found another idea from the Instagram account Learn With Me, and they have come up with a very simple fine motor activity that doesn't need much setting up. Just some toilet roll and a nice spider at the end of it. Nice Halloween sort of theme activity. Love this. And you just need your child's hand. Now, the rule is, children, you are only allowed to use one hand for this activity, so maybe put the other hand at the back of you. And your job is to try and catch the spider using your hand. But you have to start at one end of the tissue and slowly get those finger muscles working. Scrunch up the tissue, scrunch it up until you catch the spider. And there you go, you can give it a good old squeeze and you caught the spider, and then you can have a go at doing it again. What a fun but simple idea. For our letter formation game today, I have got something a little bit messy. So it's just a little bit of my hair conditioner, not that much, so it's not going to break the bank, and then a little bit of glitter to make it a bit exciting. And you can either get them to practice that pencil control with a paintbrush, or you can get them just to use their finger, or why not just do both of them. So today's letter is a G, G, so you can get them to do like I always do, big ones, or they can do small ones. Okay, and it's just a little bit fun and a different way to do letter formation, and again they can do it with their finger. So which child doesn't like getting a bit messy, and it's a little bit fun and at the same time practicing letters? Are you ready for a water fun phonics reading game? Now, this game was found under the Instagram account Primary Mum, and she has some lovely ideas, but what I loved about it is that they are so simple to set up. So if you would like to check out some of her simple ideas, please check out her Instagram account, which I will link from my account and also put it on my Facebook page. So here is one of her activities. So you will just need a piece of cardboard. Who doesn't have an Amazon box in their house? We all do, we love Amazon. Then you just need to write some words with today's phoneme. What's the phoneme, children? Do you remember? It is G. Well done. And you just need some sort of spray bottle. Again, who hasn't got an antibacterial bottle in these COVID times? We all have one, and I'm sure we've got lots of many empty ones too. So just fill it with some water. So this is how you play the game, parents, teachers, children. All you need to do is the adult will say the word, but we will segment it. The children, it is your job to figure out what your adult is trying to say and blend it back together, and then if you are correct, you get to spray the word. So for example, adults, you would say d-ig, d-ig, d-ig. You can't point to it. Your child needs to use their phonics brain, their phonics knowledge, and think, is that one d-ig, d-ig, d-ig? Which one is it? And when they figured it out, get them to possibly point to it before they spray it, just in case. Point to it, and if it's correct, they get to spray it. Also getting in some fine motor control in there as well. How much fun is that? Love a bit of water play inside the house. If you are doing it inside the house, don't forget your splash mat. It's time to get your pen, pencil, chalk, whichever thing you like to use to write with, to start writing some words. Let's use that phonic knowledge that we've been learning over the last week. Let's get those muscles working to write some words. Are you ready? Here we go. So I would have given you a list of words that we will be writing for this session, and I've just picked a few here. So parents, the first thing that we will need to do to help your children start writing words is show them the word that you would like them to try and write. And children, you need to use your phonics brains to try and read it first, so you know what you will need to write. So get your reading finger and off you go. What's this phoneme? D. Lovely. Then I. Then G. Say it faster. D-ig, 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 d-ig. What am I trying to say? Say it to your adult. Dig. Yes, well done. Now you know what it looks like. It's time for you to get your pen or pencil, chalk, whatever you like to use, and try and write it. So here we go. Do you remember what was the first word? So parents, if they really don't remember, get them to say the word. Then it will help them to hear the phoneme. dig, dig. What's those phonemes you can hear? Dig. Can you hear the first one? Hopefully you can. Dig. Can you hear it? It was D. Well done. Have a go at trying to write that first phoneme. What was the second phoneme? Remember, parents, they might not hear this one. It's the middle one. It's a bit trickier to hear, but they will hear it one day. Dig, dig, dig. Can you hear it? Dig. It is the I. It might have some phonemes that we haven't learnt yet, but don't worry. Dig. I. Lovely. What's the last phoneme in dig? Dig. Parents really emphasise those words. Dig, dig, dig. Is it today's phoneme? Yes, it is. It is the G. Lovely. And there you go. You have written a word. Give yourself a pat on the back. And you can always check it with the one that we was reading. Okay? And parents, get them to rub it out and see if they can do it all on their own without you helping. Have a go, children. Get that phonics brain ticking. Okay? And once you've done that, you can carry on and do some different words. Who is ready to stretch that phonics brain? I can feel that lots of you are going to start trying to write the sentence, which makes me super proud because we're getting really good at our writing. Now, in the last few videos, I have been telling you that there are 4 very important steps that helps us to write a super duper sentence. Do you think you can think in your phonics brain? What are those 4 different things we need to do to make a super duper sentence? Think, think, think. Let's give you some thinking time. And now tell your adult, what's the first one? Yes. What's the second one? Yes. What's the third one? Yes. And what's the fourth one? Yes. You have definitely been listening in my phonics lesson. Give yourself a pat on the back. So the first one, like lots of you said, was to think of the sentence. Now, because we're starting to learn sentences, I will be thinking of the sentence for us to write. And today's sentence, let's say it, is the pig and dog. So there's 4 words in there today. Let's say it again. The pig and dog. Do you think you can say it to your favourite toy? Off you go. Go and say it. The pig and dog. Can you run and go and say it to something that is your favourite colour? Off you go. The pig and dog. Can you run and go and say it to your TV? Off you go. The pig and dog. Can you run back to where you're doing your writing and can you say it to your adult without them helping you? Well done. Now your brain is ready to write it. So, do you remember the first word? We practiced it lots of times. Hopefully you've remembered it. What's the first word? The. Well done. Now we've got a special rule, remember. With our sentence, we need to start with a capital letter. And the starts with the letter. Remember, you don't say the sounds. It's a tricky word. What letters are in it? T, yes, H and E. There's 3 letters, so we need a capital T that looks like this. The. Lovely. Then you need a H. And then we need a E. The. Now, there's another special rule when we write a sentence. We must use a finger space. Can you tell your adult why they are so important, these finger spaces? Why does Mrs. Dog keep going on about finger spaces? Remember. So we need to separate our words so they don't get joined together, and then it will just make things difficult to read. So we must use our finger space. Okay, what's the next word then? The pig. Yes, the pig. So let me move that out of the way. So I'll get my finger space. The pig. Oh, what's the next phoneme? P, 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 and then I, and then g. Pig, pig. Lovely. Okay, let's read it. The pig, pig, the pig. What's my next word? The pig. And now, which phonemes can you hear in and? Parents, emphasise the word so your children can really hear at least some of the sounds. They might not hear all of it, they might hear all of it, but they might just hear the first one. So really emphasise it. And. If they hear the last phoneme first, that's fine. At least they're hearing some of the phonemes, which is what we want. And hopefully they can hear ah. Anyone hear the middle sound? And. There's a n, and there's one more and. There's a d. Well done. What do we need next? Finger space. Don't take that finger off until you finish the word. And. That's our next word. D. And then my finger comes off. So let's read it back so we know what to write. That is a good way to help you remember. There's a tricky word, T-H-E. The pig, 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 pig. And. And what's my last word? Dog. Well done. Let's figure out which phonemes. Dog, dog, d. Lovely. Can you hear middle one there? Dog. Oh, lovely. And dog. Can you hear the last one? G. Well done. Don't forget that finger space. Do not take it off until you finish your word. D. O. G. And then you take your finger off. Okay. Before we do anything, we need to do the last step, which is to check that sentence. Okay, let's check it. T-H-E. The. Pig, 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 pig. And dog, dog, dog. Dog. Does it sound like the sentence that we practiced at the start? I think it does. If it sounds the same, you have one last rule to put into your sentence, which is a full stop. So you don't do a big one like that. No. My poster is only big so you can see what you do. You just need a very small one like that, and that tells everybody your sentence has finished. And that is our sentence today. So, doesn't end there, children. Parents, rub out their boards because they would have done it alongside me. Children, it's now up to your phonics brain to try and write that sentence without anybody helping you, not even your adult. Only your phonics brain can help you. Can you do it? And that's the end, Mr. Wizard, of our phonics fun. I'm sure you had lots of fun. You love learning phonics. Do you think our friends did? Yes, I'm sure. Yes, we must ask them. Let's see if they remember. Do you remember what you were learning in phonics today? Get your brains working. What was the phoneme? Tell Mr. Wizard, what is it? Well, all right, Mr. Wizard. Fantastic, your brains were working. It was G, G, G. That was our phoneme today. But now it's the end for us. We need to let our phonics brains rest a little bit. We've had too much fun today. So take them off, turn them off, and put them in your pockets, ready for next week. See you then. Bye.